Adam, I have a couple questions about Kernal as well. If you don't mind. So, I mean, it's this. I think it was last year they put out their Flow, and their other helmet. I forget what it's called off the top of my head.
They're working on another one called Flux.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember one was blood flow and one was magnetic fields. I should have known being the magnet guy. I probably should have remembered the magnetic field one. But I know you've always kind of been more pro non-invasive neural interfaces compared to more invasive interfaces. Did that kind of rub out in Kernal, or was that you influencing Kernal, or Kernal influencing you?
I have to be a little careful with all the full set of things I say about this. I did influence them. I was involved in the pivot that they did towards non-invasive devices. Like my long-term take on it, though, is that this is a little bit, I would say, fro-spirited or something like that, is that I haven't yet seen any of the existing BCI companies quite going in the direction that I think is the long-term direction, which is really mostly non-invasive, but you have something like cellular transducers, or you have some kind of nanoparticle, kind of very microscopic viral or cellular transducers, and then that mostly communicates with the non-invasive thing. So because at least the non-invasive thing is involved in that vision, I think that pushing on the non-invasive is really exciting. And that things that one does for non-invasive now, first of all, they're just really, really more accessible and great to do now, and relevant for different mental health conditions and so on. But the non-invasive, I think, is definitely part of the long-term picture. No offense to Neuralink, but I think that invasive electrodes, I'm not sure if they're part of the long-term picture down the line. And so then the things that I think are really kind of key to this are the non-invasive part, and then also things like gene therapies or cell therapies or other kinds of things on the more biological side. Although there are some interesting hybrid things like ultrasound, kind of semi-invasive ultrasound or things like that.
So what do you think of Kernal's kind of long-term direction? I think they're focusing mostly on being like a research device now, but do you think that there's a chance of them becoming more than that, or do you think that will probably be?
Yeah, no, I think they have very broad ambition to really be a very broadly utilized, neurotech. This is just their first product, but even with the direction they're going with this, it's very much intended for scale. They're not doing the things that are room-sized, gigantic devices. They're really trying to make a headset that you really could, not necessarily, I think it would be over-constraining to make it run on an iPhone battery or something like that, right? But striking a balance of something that you really could wear, freely moving. And then the research is discovering what is that useful for, and yeah.
I've heard their CEO is a interesting and sometimes controversial figure.
I had a great experience with Bryan. Yeah, you should have him on the podcast.
I would love to.
Yeah, Bryan's really good. he was really great. He was a really good CEO too, right? Because he was CEO of a tech but not neurotech company beforehand, and I thought he was a really good CEO. Yeah.